Good morning and welcome to Saturday Cinema as we talk about a movie called The Healer through a metaphysical lens.
The movie opens with Alec Bailey, who lives in England and is a gambler, a womanizer, and he owns an electronics repair shop called The Healer. After several shady deals and getting into trouble over gambling debts, he's contacted by an estranged uncle. Alec has never met his uncle named Raymond, who turns out to be a brother of Alec's mother. Raymond offers to pay Alec's debt if Alec will live in Canada in the province of Nova Scotia for 1 year. Raymond seems to know a lot about his nephew and at one point asks Alec if he's ever noticed anything odd about himself. Alec has no response. Clearly, Alec has no idea why his uncle, who he's never known before, would want him to move his home to a strange new place. While he's tempted to take advantage of his uncle's offer to pay off his debt, he's not excited about leaving behind the life he knows. Have you ever been in a situation where you could see there might be an opportunity, though you weren't sure? Have you ever wondered just what God was trying to tell you? I think we all find ourselves in these places where we're not sure which way to turn. I have a friend who in troubled times would say, "Well, do something even if it's wrong." So often once we move, the truth finds us and our direction becomes clear.
One day, Alec is being chased by some gangsters to whom he owes money. He ducks into a church to hide and meets a priest. The priest helps Alec hide and then tells the bad guys to leave. Once the coast is clear, then Alec and the priest talk. Alec tells the priest about his visit with his uncle, and the priest tells him that he should go to Nova Scotia. That is all part of what God has planned for him. In her book, How to Let God Help You, Myrtle Fillmore says, "The real purpose of your life is to express the creation of God, to unfold the many departments of your mind which God has planned for you and which will enable you to know and to do His will." In Alec's case, and like so many of us, Alec needed a good nudging. So Alec set out, leaving his business and debts behind him. In England, he arrives at his Uncle Raymond's not-so-fancy house on the outskirts of a very small town. Here he finds there are no conveniences like the internet or phones in the home. A neighbor named Cecilia stops by and asks him out for coffee. They then have coffee, and during their meeting, Cecilia offers to help Alec place an ad in the local paper to offer repair of electronics like he did in England.
The ad Cecilia places refers to Alec as the healer and makes it sound like he can magically heal people, not electronics. The local people seem to respond in an odd way to this ad. They tell him that it's supposed to be a secret. Many people come to Alec in hope of being healed. When Alec tells them that he's not a healer, they break down in tears. The local priest thinks that Alec is up to no good. At one point, two girls who are playing with a video camera film Alec and the priest arguing. During the argument, the priest has a heart attack. The girls think that Alec killed the priest and turn their video over to the police. While Alec is in custody, the priest shows up, good as new. This reinforces the people's belief that Alec really is able to heal them.
One day, Alec discovers that his uncle's house has a basement. He goes into the basement to find his uncle has paid a visit. On the wall are pictures of people. Uncle Raymond tells Alec that his family has over the years been blessed with the gift of healing. The pictures on the wall are Alec's ancestors who have had the gift, and now the gift was being offered to Alec. Alec is given the choice to accept the gift or not. He must decide, though, by midnight on the day after his birthday. Alec rejects this gift and goes to the church meeting where he explains to the town he does not want the gift and that he will not be their healer. The priest, who believes that Alec saved him, encourages the town people to go easy on Alec, to try to be understanding.
On the next day, a couple comes to Alec with their daughter Abigail, who has cancer. Alec explains that he is not a healer and sends them away. Later at a diner, Abigail sees Alec and confronts him. She tells him that she doesn't believe in the idea of healers, but her parents do. She insists that Alec spend some time with her to give her parents hope that maybe he will heal her. Alec is guilted into agreeing. Have you ever felt like one thing after the next was pushing you toward a place you weren't sure you wanted to go? Some might call it divine intervention. Deepak Chopra says, the coincidences or little miracles that happen every day in our life are hints that the universe has much bigger plans for you than you ever dreamed of for yourself. One thing after another keeps nudging Alec toward his gift.
Alec spends a wonderful day with Cecilia and Abigail. That night, Alec has a dream of his twin brother. Alec and his brother were very close. His brother died of cancer, the same kind Abigail is dying of. In the morning, Alec feels guilty for rejecting the gift and begins to believe that if he had the gift, he might save Abigail from his brother's fate. He goes to his uncle and he demands that there must be another way. His uncle tells him that once he's rejected the gift, there is no way to get it back. He goes to the priest and insists that God must give him back this gift that he mistakenly rejected. They all tell him that it's too late. The gift is gone. The next day, Alec receives a note from Abigail insisting that he call her. Alec is worried, afraid to make the call. He finds Cecilia, and together they call. Abigail tells them that she is in remission, and her prognosis is that she will be cured. Alec then finds Uncle Raymond in the basement, and finds that this picture is on the wall with the other healers. Raymond asks Alice if he ever noticed anything different about himself. Alec notices Cecilia's border collie again acting strange. Alec then realizes that he had never lost his gift. It was with him all along. He only had to accept it.
We are all granted gifts. We all have talents. There are always reasons to doubt those talents, to reject the gifts, but they're still there. They don't leave. It is then an illusion that we reject that which God provides for us. Only He can take it away. We can't really decide to reject it, but we can decide to accept it. When we do accept it, regardless of how it may first appear in our life, it then appears as a blessing. Francois Fenelon, a French Roman Catholic archbishop, theologian, poet, and writer, said, "The gifts of God are not to be rejected on account of the channel that brings them." Is there really any good reason to reject the blessings God gives us? Have a good week and enjoy your many blessings.